Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Highly Talkative, where we get high in conversation and discuss many topics from personal to community to anything that's going on in the world. So sit back, get cozy, and let me talk to you. Let's go. All right, y'all. So check it. Today is January 5th. It's about 7:45 a.m. And, just out here doing my podcast thing. Clearly, as we all know, it's the New Year's. I didn't do anything for the New Year's, so I didn't feel like it was fair for me to make my kiddos stay in the house with me. So I let my kids go out and have fun while I stayed home, and I literally just um, relaxed on the couch. It's literally all I did. I brought in the New Year's on the couch, damn near sleep. If you guys hear like any ruffling in the background, it's because, like I said, it's currently 7:45 in the morning. I did not finish my laundry from yesterday. I have an 8 o'clock meeting today, and then my oldest son has an ortho appointment at 10, and then I have a chiro appointment at 3:45. So I'm really just trying to get everything in order here. Yeah, so today's going to be kind of busy. We start school back on Wednesday. I still need to go get my oldest a couple more pairs of jeans for school. My youngest is growing like a freaking weed, so I have to go get him some bottoms as well. I've come to the conclusion that I'm sick of them wearing sweatpants and sweatshorts all the time, looking like a bum. So I know it's comfortable for them. In 2026, we are leaving that behind. Yes, you can be comfortable some days, but you will not walk out of this house looking like a bum. I'm not allowing that anymore. So I have to go and get them a few items. I might order them something off of Shein too, but who knows? If it sounds like I'm whispering, it's because my youngest is in my bed, knocked out. So I'm trying to get as much as I can accomplished while he's asleep. And yeah, it's just it's a lot, but we're getting it done. Speaking of like my podcast, right? I checked my analytics on RSS, and it might not seem like much to y'all, but it's a big deal to me. I had 18 downloads in like the past 24 hours, mainly out of Singapore, but I mean, something is better than nothing. So I'm very grateful for that. That makes me just want to continue on the path that I'm on and just keep doing what I'm doing because clearly somebody's listening. So that's some exciting news. The goal is to, of course, grow it more. I want to be able to get like brand deals, ambassador deals, and stuff like that out of this, but I'm really doing this kind of for me. It's like an outlet. Um, if people listen, cool. If people don't, cool too. But if I can help somebody from just listening, or if somebody can relate with me from just listening, then my job is literally complete. I don't have like any specific reason as to why I'm doing what I'm doing other than I'm really just doing it for me. It's been something that I've been wanting to do, but I just never got around to. So I want to make sure that I take this podcasting journey as serious as possible, especially going into 2026. I know I have a lot on my plate, but so does everybody else. It can be done. I just have to manage my time. And that's really the best thing I can say. If I sound like I'm out of breath, also, it's because I am. I'm in my third trimester. I have like maybe 7 or 8 weeks to go. So, yeah, absolutely. A bitch is tired, okay? I know I still go to the gym, but walking up my stairs still takes like everything out of me. I'm still fucking tired, but I'm grateful. My sons, switching it up a little bit, my son's teenage years are whooping my ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's not even 13 yet, and just like I'm not gonna say the mood swings, but like the change in attitude and like when he doesn't, I'm not gonna say get his way, but when he does not get his way, there's like this little attitude or like face change or demeanor change that he gets, and it kind of reminds me of when my mom used to tell me that I'm cool when I get what I want, but it's the minute that I don't get what I want, it's like a kiss my ass type of thing. And now that I have kids, I completely see what she was saying. So now I'm at that state where we're going to break that cycle. If I tell you no or not right now, then the answer is just no, not right now. That doesn't mean you get to try to find a workaround or anything else that could provide you the answer that you want. You just need to learn to be patient and be grateful for what you do or what you don't have and move from there. And if it's something that you really want, then you need to learn how to work for it. It's just that simple. So that's where I'm at with him. He's a great kid. He's been doing so good. I know I'm not going to say complain, but I know I've probably been ranting about them a lot. But let me tell you something. I have really good kids. Like my youngest is very well mannered. He has a ton of friends. He's very respectful. Everybody loves him. My oldest is the same way. He's just not everybody's cup of tea. And I'm trying to teach him that. And it's okay not to be everybody's cup of tea. You don't have to change who you are to make anybody else feel better about themselves or feel better about you when it comes to how you are. If you are who you are and you're comfortable with who you are, then be that. And people who love and support you for who you are, they will naturally gravitate towards you. You don't have to change. You don't have to be somebody you're not. Just be who you are. I think that's why it's so hard for me to allow my oldest son to kind of like venture off with friends because he's at that age where he's so impressionable. If he sees somebody doing something and he thinks it's cool, he wants to try it too. But I'm trying to get him to understand like you really need to think before you do certain things. Like some kids don't have that support system that you have to let them know like, hey, that's not cool or whatever. Some parents just let their kids do whatever they want to do, and that's not how I'm trying to raise my kids. I want them to be able to think first and react later because in my opinion that's just something that's extremely important and valuable to have in life just in general. Friendships, relationships, anywhere. It's just important for me to know that my kids have that kind of mindset. So that's what I've been really trying to instill in both of my kids. I know my youngest is only like 8 going on 9, but he's very smart and he's a very intelligent child. So I think he'll be able to pick up the same information that I'm putting down for his older brother, which just helps him in the long run as he gets older. It just sucks that, I've gained this sort of great. This boy is stretching out and messing up all the clothes I'm folding over here. And if you know anything about my youngest, this boy is a wild sleeper. Anyways, it kind of sucks that I'm trying to instill this now, but I'd rather now than never, honestly. So that's just kind of where I'm standing with that. And then also, I want to give my oldest all of his kudos because we ran into an incident over the new year where I felt like he was trying to play in my face. And then after rereading our messages, after we had a conversation, I kind of understood where the miscommunication laid. But, and as a mom who's trying to do better, I did apologize for like misunderstanding. But he went to a friend's house, like I said, on New Year's Eve. I was going to let him, bring in the New Year's with his friend. They were going to pop fireworks and all this other stuff. But when he left my house, he did not leave with a bag as if he was staying the night. He did not ask me if he could stay the night. So I assumed he was coming home, right? As in my head, as any parent would assume, because you didn't ask. I didn't ask you. You didn't leave the house with a bag. So yeah, you're coming home, right? Well, no, he thought he was staying the night. I kept telling him that he needed to be home by 10, no later than 10:30, but I did not put a PM. I just told him that he needed to be home at a certain time. So he was thinking in his head that I was telling him that he needed to be home by the next day by that time, but I didn't know that until like we actually sat down and had a conversation. So New Year's Eve, I got really upset with him. I picked him up. I fussed at him. I told him to go to his room. I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to see him. He like really frustrated me. took his phone, all that. So the next day, it was just he and I because my youngest was out with his best friend still. And, we went and we ran errands. I wasn't really, my intentions were to speak to him, but at the time, like, we really weren't talking. We ordered Dutch Bros. Didn't really say much to him. But as we were on the way to Dutch Bros, we're listening to music and he goes, Mom, can I say something? So I turned the music down and I'm like, yeah, go ahead. What do you have to say? And he was like, I really just want to apologize for my actions that I had yesterday. I did not mean to upset you like that. He said, when I went to my room, I really cried because I felt like you didn't love me because you were yelling at me and you told me to go to my room because you didn't want to see me. And I really didn't mean to make you mad. I thought that you were going to let me stay the night. When you told me to be back at X time, I thought you were talking about the next day and this, that, and the third. So I explained to him, okay, I understand like there was miscommunication. Neither one of us really confirmed what the other was talking about. So, like, I can understand that, but I also had to let him know, like, yeah, I may fuss at you, but at the end of the day, no matter how much I fuss at you, I still love you. Like, nothing in this world is going to change how much I love you, right? Whether you do right or whether you do wrong, I will always, always, always love you. Like, that's never going to change. So, we had like a really good conversation, and it just felt good to me that he was able to express himself and come to me like, I'm gonna say like an adult, because not even some grown men can do what he did at the age of 12. So we had a really good conversation. We continued the day on. We went to Chipotle. We ate. We just, it was really good. And I even asked him. I said, "Now, don't do you like the fact that yes, I hurt your feelings yesterday, and I'm sorry for that, but I don't know about you, but I liked how we were able to take time to ourselves, regroup, process things, go through our emotions, establish why we feel the way we feel, and then come up with words to express our feelings and, you know, go about things the way that we did." And he looked at me and he was like, "No, I really did like that. I think the time was good. It allowed me to, you know, be able to express myself." But then I also had to let him know that I was very proud of him for being able to express himself in the manner that he did. Because, like I said, he came to me on like some real grown man, big boy shit. And that that really made me proud. And it's like, not only did it make me proud as his mom, but it also made me reflect like on myself as well and realize that I'm doing a really good job. Some kids don't even have the capacity or the safe place to be able to do what my son did. So that just was like a full circle moment. It just made me really proud. And honestly, I can't wait to talk about it in therapy with my therapist to see what she has to say about it as well. The kids start back school this week. I cannot wait. Excuse me for a second. If you don't throw them fucking Crocs in the trash, I'm gonna throw you in the trash. I Okay, go look in my closet and get you a pair of Crocs. Them got to go. They gotta go. Both pair in the trash. I don't want to see them back on your feet. Okay, my support system. My support system is bomb. Okay, my dad has been hanging out with my boys a lot lately. Not at the same time because one's always my youngest is always out somewhere, and then when my youngest isn't out, my oldest is out with his friends. So it's just like a shuffle between the two of them. But the goal is to get them both over there and maybe do like some footwork out at the land, and then get them to like clean stalls and help my dad out with that kind of stuff. Because I mean, they're boys. I did it. It helped my dad out, so I don't see why they can't help out in some aspect, especially because they're always asking for something. I mean, why not, right? Earn it by mucking a star, earn it by washing the horses, earn it by doing some hard labor out at the land. It's just literally that easy for me. If you guys hear that little sound in the background, I don't know if you can or not, but that's my RoboVac. It is vacuuming our floors right now upstairs because I didn't feel like sweeping. So I'm just really thankful for that. I mean, like, even my sister, she is a big help. My niece is a big help. Prime example, my oldest son wanted to go to Urban Air. I didn't feel like driving. I didn't want to pick him up. So he asked my niece if she'd pick him up after volleyball. And she was just so willing. She was like, yeah, I'll pick you up after volleyball. So it's really nice being able to have that support system. I mean, even with my older sister who lives out in Florida and my cousin who lives out in Tennessee, they're planning to come out here around the birth of baby girl. And I didn't even have to ask them to. They just willingly wanting to do it. My oldest sister wants to be in the room with me while I give birth, and she just wants to help out. So who am I to say no, right? Like, that's just an extra helping hand. I'm grateful that the universe is sending her. It was probably my mama telling her to take your ass down there and take care of your baby sister. No, I'm just playing. But I can't say enough how awesome my support system is. I mean, even trickling down to like the football moms that I consider friends now, like, they help out a lot too. Even when I'm tired and there's like tryouts going on or something, they will gladly come pick my youngest up if I communicate that with them, and they will get him to where he needs to go and make sure he's good. So honestly, I cannot say thank you enough to all those who are out there supporting not only me but my kids as well. My oldest is godmom is Georgie. She's amazing. My sister Devana, my niece Ariana, my older sister Sunita. And if you guys didn't want me to name drop, I'm sorry. I probably should have checked with y'all before, but I love y'all. Like, for real, y'all are amazing. Now, I want to kind of go into like I want to play like devil's advocate for my own self because I haven't been getting a lot of feedback, but I do listen to my podcasts after I post them and edit them. And I don't think I should record in increments over days. I should probably just like take notes about my days and like what I want to talk about once I sit down and record the podcast, only because the sound fluctuates within each one of them. And I want it to sound as naturally flowed as possible. And I don't think that I accomplished that just yet with the segments that I do. I mean, I would love to be able to break them down in segments, and like I said, throw in like commercial ads here and there, or like upcoming artists put their music out here and there. But for right now, I think it's just best for me to record as a whole, and then maybe as I'm editing, like, break up and add certain snippets in certain places, because the quality in the sound just isn't the same. Like, one might be louder than the other, and it's just a lot, and I didn't personally like it. So I'm gonna go back to just sitting and recording my entire session and then going through and making the edits instead of recording in different sessions or sections, because like I said, the quality and sound just isn't the greatest. And before I sign off, I had a goal for this year that I want to put on my vision board once I get to making it, and that is to read a book a month. That would be 12 books within a year. I feel like that's very manageable, but I want to do it with my kids, even my youngest. Chapter books, maybe 3 chapters a day. That should do it. 4 chapters a day should do it. We can max it out, sometimes do 5, just depending on how good the reading is. But I want them to read more. And if I want them to read more, I have to be that example of showing them that it's cool or it's okay to read more. So, especially because we all have iPads too. So we could literally have like our own little quote unquote book club and read together, follow along, or listen to the book. So that's just, like I said, it's something that I really want to get into with my kids. I feel like that's important. You know, the saying monkey see, monkey do. So I want them to see me being a better mom and a better person and a better educator for them so they can follow along as well. I just feel like that's really important to me and that's really important for them. especially because my oldest is about to be in the 8th grade, and then right after that is high school. My youngest is in the 3rd grade, and then middle school is like knocking on the door, let's be honest. So I want them to be very prepared and know that academics is just as important as sports in this house. It's a must. With that being said, I'm going to sign off there. If you guys have any information or have any feedback for me, of course, please use the email at highlytalkative@gmail.com. Follow me on the socials because I have not seen a lot of follows. And I mean, like I said, I know I said I had like 18 downloads in like the last 24 hours in Singapore, but I have not seen any new follows on my Instagram. So please, if you're listening, follow and support, like and subscribe. I'm on Instagram at highly.talkative, and I'm on Facebook at highly talkative. Okay, you guys have a great week. I'll holla at y'all in a couple of days. Deuces.